It's your favorite lifestyle, eco-friendly, this with the mostest, Sakina. I gotta say though, like, either this filter on this camera, I don't even know. Do they got a filter on it? Do I really just look that good right now? Like, look at this mirror. I'm no blue camera, and the mirror it does. I'm mad. They try to get me. They try to get me. But anyways, it don't look bad. I'm not bad at it. What y'all been up to? I have been busy with real estate myself, and been wanting to get a new video to you guys. I am driving, so that's why I'm not looking at the camera 100%. But I have my phone mounted, so both my hands are available on the wheel. I wanted to do this live because I've never done a live before, and because of the fact that I'm not having enough time in a day to create content specifically for my Brown Sparkles, I realized I can go live and save these videos and upload them, later. So we got a lot of chatting to do. I do have a video that I will be posting probably by February, middle of February to end of February, because I am kind of almost done with my Invisalign, but my dentist, she noticed that two of my teeth on the bottom row, she's a little afraid of, or not afraid, but she's a little concerned that some gum recession could happen. So they're going to give me a couple more tray sets to push the roots back. It's not going to change the shape of my teeth, but it's just going to push the roots back. I don't know. I'm not a dentist, I'm not orthodontist. So whatever she says needs to be done. I trust it. But other than that, my teeth are done, and as you can see, they look great. So I'm gonna do a video about that. But speaking of which, the day before I was going to get my bonded retainers, so my teeth, they did a lot of adjustments to my teeth. You've seen the video. If you haven't seen the video, I'll be sure to link it below for you at some point, or you can just scroll to my channel and look at my smile journey, and you'll see the difference of how far I've come with my teeth. But yeah, guys, I love it. They look great, and it's been about 2 years, not gonna lie, but they went by really fast. I did about 9 months with the smart brackets, and then it's been about 9 months with Invisalign, and I'm still not done because I have to get the roots moved. And I didn't realize that afterwards you have to wear your retainers, your removable retainers, all day for 6 months before you can switch to just wearing them at night. So I'm still going to be having some kind of invisible aligner on my teeth in the day for the next 6 months. So ortho was a lot. It's a long process. It's not I was thinking, it's just going to be quick. I'm getting a cosmetic type. This is not super serious ortho. No, I'm pretty sure this is about how long it would have taken if I would have gotten them as a teenager. But I wanted to tell y'all about this because I lost my retainer. I had my last set of Invisalign, she cut it so that it only covered the first 4 teeth, so that my back teeth could kind of set and my bite could be corrected and my bite could settle in. And the day before I went to go get my bonded retainer, which I have on the top teeth right now, the day before, my retainer fell down the sink, bathroom sink, and I couldn't get it. It just went down. It went down the sink and it was gone. Because it was only it was really tiny. It wasn't the entire tray. It was only a portion of the tray. So normally when I'm brushing them, I brush them every day to keep them clean, so they don't smell like morning breath and bacteria and all that. I brush them every day. Normally when I brush them, if I drop them in the sink, it's not a big deal because I have, they're big. They're not gonna fit down the sink. But because it was only that little portion, it fell down the sink, and so now I'm without my top retainers, and I'm freaking out because I won't be able to get a new one until for 3 weeks. And my teeth had a lot of adjustments to make, and they haven't set yet. So I know that my teeth could be making a lot of microscopic movements. It's been about a week since I lost it, so I haven't seen any movement in my teeth. But luckily, I'm so glad I have the bonded retainer. I got it the next day just by coincidence, or by fate, I should say. But yeah, I got the bonded retainer, and they did my skin so that they can order my bottom trays, and then the top trays are going to be just retainers. I'm praying to God, and I'm pretty sure God's going to answer this prayer, but I'm praying to God that the top retainers fit, because 3 weeks of not having the removable retainers, I don't know what it's going to do to my teeth. And right now, I am actually on my way. I have a little to-do list. I'm gonna go walk towards a couple houses today. I was gonna tour them for open houses, but then this lady that I had already contacted, she finally got back to me. Was like, "Hey, do you still want to do that open house?" Like, now you tell me I found some other houses that I want to hold open. But anyway, so I'm still gonna do that, just so I can have research about homes in the area that I'm in, and what else? Yeah, so I'm gonna. Sorry, there's a lot going on in my mind. I just have so much going on in my mind, and I normally do. So I'm probably gonna be doing live streams a lot more because it's easier to connect with you guys and talk to y'all and give y'all life updates and about the different things going on in my life. It's easier if I do a live stream as opposed to just editing videos. And trust me, I will still edit videos, but I just haven't had the time to do so. But if you want to see the videos that I do spend time on, I have another channel. It's called MBS Creates. MBS, like My Brown Sparkles, just the initials, MBS Creates. And it's on YouTube, and it's basically a channel that is dedicated to teaching people, coaching people who are influencers, entrepreneurs, business owners on how to use social media to leverage their business, leverage the power of social media. Use the power of social media to leverage your business. Sorry. And so I post 2 videos there per week. So guess what? I don't have a lot of energy left after that to post videos on My Brown Sparkles. And then I'll try to post 1 video per week on my realtor page as well. So I am on YouTube. I'm just not on My Brown Sparkles as much, but I got y'all. I'm going to start doing live streams because I do have a lot of stuff that I want to talk about. And now I can do it. I can just do it on live stream and then do live videos and upload them. That's the way to go. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so now, before I go and tour these homes, I need to go to Walmart because I want to see if they have any temporary retainers that you can boil and do a impress. I've seen those online, and so I want to see if they have any that I could purchase and use it until my dentist appointment, which is in a few weeks, a couple weeks. I don't like to say a few. Couple weeks, and I'm just I just want to, I just want to make sure my teeth stay good because if I have to start, if I have to get my teeth readjusted, that's going to cost money, and I don't want to spend that money. So yeah, I'm going to do my best to see what I can do to fix this. She didn't mention anything about being worried about my teeth adjusting or the retainers not fitting, but I signed paperwork that said it is my responsibility to make sure that my teeth are straight. So I'm not taking any chances with my money or my teeth. So I'm here. About to go to Walmart, one of my least favorite places. One of my least favorite stores. I really do not like Walmart, but this is the only store in this town. Oh, God. So yeah, here I am, about to go up in this Walmart and get what I need to get, and then go tour some homes. But yeah, I just want to come on and do this live and give it a test drive, see how it works. And I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's gonna work out great. And now I can talk to you guys about all the spiritual stuff that I've been dealing with and going through, and different ideas for different topics that I might, be writing blog posts about, or putting on Instagram, all that kind of stuff. So. And just give me your life updates, with, real estate, all that, how that's going. Oh, my God, so much has changed in my life. I won't say I had a breakdown, but I really had some come to Jesus moments in December, sorry. And I'm just ready for 2023 to just be phenomenal. I think it's going to be a year of quantum leaps for me because I understand things so much better now. And things that I've been trying to do, you know how you read something once and you don't understand it? You understand bits and pieces, you understand the concept, but you don't really internalize it. So that's what I've been doing with a lot of stuff in my life for the past 3 years, I would say. Just learning all this new stuff, spiritual concepts, scientific concepts as well. Maybe, what is it? Not metaphysical. What is it called? I'm just going to say scientific. Just different concepts that I kind of understood, but I wasn't really grasping everything because I would get knocked out of consciousness. I've been really working on being present. The Power of Now is a book that I read, and I've read it multiple times now because it's a lot of stuff. This, you don't get it until you're ready. You know how they say, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So that's how I am with my life. A lot of times I'll get something and I'll be able to execute that, but then something that I thought I knew, that I thought I understood, will come, like, it'll present itself again. I'm like, dang, I didn't really, like, I guess I don't know what to do. I'm not understanding this. And so it makes me go down a rabbit hole, really, a rabbit hole. And it just makes me, like, want to just understand more. And some people say understand. I don't like saying that, but it does make sense. Understand it. When you are able to embody it and really live it, that's when you really know it. And some people say you don't know a thing until you can teach it to other people without, like, having to look at notes and stuff like that. That's when you know something, right? So that's where I'm trying to get with all different aspects of my life, especially spiritually, because I feel like everything starts in the spirit. Everything is energy. And when you understand how energy works, you can do so much in your life. Some people just know this naturally. Maybe they grew up in an environment where they were around parents and adults who grasped this. It was passed down generationally, the way of living, and they didn't really necessarily know consciously what was happening. That's just how they were raised. It was how they were trained, and so they didn't have to think about it. Others, like myself, you come from environments that are not so desirable, and you have to retrain yourself. So I was born into an environment, and as an adult, I've taken responsibility to retrain, re-educate myself so that I can have the life that I want. Is it easy? It has not always been easy. I don't want to say hard because the one thing I'm working on is the 4 Agreements. I've read that book not a million times, probably like 2 or 3 times. It's a tiny, tiny book. But I'm at a stage where I really, 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 because I'm doing quantum leaps in my life, I really, 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 really want to understand and implement it. And when you really understand something, you have to slow down and you have to make sure you have to catch yourself every time you're about to fall into that bad habit. See, everything I'm talking about it's all going to come together. And I have a project that came to me one day, and I'm really ready to, like, get that project rolling. And it's all about this work, but I got to do the work first. And then once I do the work, I'm going to put my process out there for y'all to know how I got the results that I got, the process that I created for myself that makes sense. And I'm going to put it out there for the world. And, yeah, I'm excited about it. But I've already, like, conceptualized it, written it down how I want to do it. It's got to create it and make it. But let me live it first, and then let me put it out there, and other people can follow those steps for their own life. But so, yeah, I'm working on the 4 agreements. And the first agreement is to be impeccable with your speech. So as soon as I catch myself, you have to be aware, you have to be conscious, and that's where the power of now comes in. See, all these different teachers, Joe Dispenza, Michael Singer, Eckhart Tolle. I like this new teacher that I've discovered. His name is Dr. Be Serious. I discovered him through Black Magic 363 YouTube channel. If you have not ever checked out that YouTube channel, I highly suggest you check it out. The host, I don't even remember his name. He's basically like a host. Like, he sits there and allows them to teach. He brings on guests, and those teach all the viewers, and he has thousands of people who view his live streams. But Dr. Be Serious, I discovered through that channel, and I love him. He's, like, amazing. The way his brain works is very similar to how my brain works, and so the way he teaches, I understand it. He plays with words, which is something I've always loved, wordplay, when you can take words and it might have one meaning, when you, like, the literal meaning in the context of which it's presented, but you with your mind and your creativity, you can change that around and make it work for the meaning you need it to work for your life and your situation. So he's really good with that. He plays with words a lot, and I love it because, like, I play with words as well. But I smell like cigarette smoke. I don't know where that is coming from. It's so bizarre. I don't know who's watching, but I see one person's tuning in. Okay, but what was I talking about? I was talking about you have to take all the different pieces from all the different teachers that you have learned from. So the Four Agreements, I think it's like by Don Miguel Ruiz or something like that. I'm sorry if I get his name wrong. But the Four Agreements, the first agreement is be impeccable with your speech. Now that I'm more conscious, I'm practicing the power of now. Eckhart Tolle, I'm being more conscious. I'm aware. I'm here in the present moment. I can see when thoughts pop up that are not in alignment with the person that I want to be. That's another thing. Another thing is creating a new identity and how you do that and how you blend the two, transition from one identity to the next. Because obviously, a lot of people don't realize it. But the reason why most people are not living the dreams that they want, like the life of their dreams, is because they have not become the person who is living that life. You have to, when Abraham Hicks, another great teacher, when they say that you have to live the life, like you have to live it, you have to get your vibration has to match your desire. That's what it means. You have to realize, like, you have to think, if I was a multimillionaire, would I be eating this food? Would I be listening to this type of music? Would I be wearing this? What kind of clothes would I wear if I was that? What kind of car would I drive? What kind of people would I hang around? What kind of books would I read? What would I do in my spare time? How much would I even go? Would I work? Would I even work? Would I have a maid? Like, you have to think about all the different elements of like what that identity would be, your ideal life. And then you have to gradually, incrementally find ways to incorporate that into your life now. And when you do that, you start to get that feeling. And that's the secret. The secret is feeling. That's how you manifest it. When you feel the emotion, it's energy in motion. Emotion, it's energy in motion. When you feel the emotion and you move with that energy, that's how you manifest, because that you're putting that energy out into the world. So if it's anger, if it's sadness, if it's grief, if it's depression, and you're moving and you're acting as a depressed person, that's what's going to come back to you. So when you're moving as the person who you see is living this lavish, lush life, or whatever your dream is, you don't have to want to be like some multimillionaire living like a luxury dream. Like, that's not everyone's dream. But whatever your dream identity is, you have to live it, and you have to bring small elements that you can actually do now. You might not be able to afford to be a multimillionaire now, but you can afford to have good money habits. I mean, someone who's a multimillionaire, they're going to have good money habits. So you can start making really smart money habits now, right? And it compounds. And you build these habits, and you commit to building these habits, which is something that I've been working on. And I'll show you this new planner that I got. It's a very simplified planner. Normally I have like a thicker size of this. But I got this simplified planner on Amazon, and I like it. It's a 2-year calendar, so I won't have to get one for next year. Nope. This is going to be the same planner that I use for next year, which is great, because I like to go back in time and review what happened. Like, especially if I come up with, like, if it's a problem, or like I'm clearing energetic blockages, which is something that I've been doing heavily, just doing my inner work and clearing all these energy blockages that keep coming up. And if I remember, I remember feeling like this. When was the last time I felt like this? Because if you don't clear it, that's another thing Michael Singer teaches. If you don't clear that blockage from the past, it's going to show up somewhere else. And until you clear it and release it, it's going to keep showing up and showing up and showing up. And it may show up in a different scenario, but it's going to be that same stuck energy, and it just wants to get out. And you can either let go and let it play out how it's going to play, and don't get attached to it, and don't engage in it, don't fall, is what Michael Singer says. Just watch it. And that's another thing that Eckhart Tolle talks about. Just observe, be present. Your presence is transmuting whatever that energy is. So if it's a negative energy that came up, but you weren't even feeling bad, but all of a sudden something happened, and it triggered you, and it triggered you inside, right? And It triggered you inside. And you were able to feel that. As soon as you get that trigger, you should know to let go. Don't go. A lot of times you'll start like what I just said I did, which is something I'm not supposed to do. That's a bad habit that I need to break eventually. I'm not there yet, but we're going to get there. I'll be like, when was the last time I felt this? And I'll go down this rabbit hole of trying to figure out where did it come from. Michael Singer says, just let it go. Don't even think about it. Just let it go, and it'll go away. So I've still got a lot of work to do, and I'm trying to internalize, remember, and implement all of the teachings. And you should see my bedside. My bedside, I have books stacked. So anytime something happens, I can go back and reference, okay, what am I supposed to do here? Or what does this mean again? Or what am like, why is this triggering me? Or like I can go back and relearn the teachings, because sometimes I just don't get it. Sometimes I think I get it, but then I don't, and I have to go back and read it. And then when I read it again, I'm like, oh, I've been doing it all wrong, or oh, I didn't understand it like that, or oh, I see where I fell asleep at the wheel. Like a lot of times you'll understand it, but then a distraction in the outside world will be bigger than your own center. You got to be really centered. You got to be incredibly centered. Something outside will distract you, cause you to get off center, and then you sometimes get stuck. You get stuck because you're not able to let go. And one thing that is a quote I've seen before, I don't even know who quoted it. Maybe it's like Lao Tzu, or no, I don't think it's Lao Tzu. It's a quote from someone. It's about two monks, and something happened. It was a girl, like one of the monks, there was a girl in the walkway path or whatever. I don't know. She was debilitated or something, but the monk picked her up because she couldn't move or something. He picked her up, and then he placed her down wherever she needed to be. And then the monks kept walking. 2 months. They kept walking after that incident. About 2 hours, they walked in silence. After about 2 hours, the one who picked up the girl, he was like, he brought it up, and the other monk, I hope I'm telling the story right, but the other monk was like, well, I left her, like I dropped her off 2 hours ago. You know, like basically he was saying like, you're still carrying her if you're still thinking about it. You didn't let it go. If you're still thinking about it, you didn't drop it. And so, oh my God, that entire scenario, I've been dealing with that in my job, like in work and life, like, and just not understanding it. And oh my God, I have to tell y'all this story. I can't let it go. No, I'm letting it go. Like, this is another thing. You know you have healed from something when it no longer triggers you. So if you can, and Joe Dispenza says this, a memory that does not generate the same emotion that occurred when the incident occurred is called wisdom. So if you can look back on something, not to say that you can't review the past, because I review the past a lot, but it's basically saying not allowing yourself to get caught in the past due to emotions that you associate with the past. But you can review the past, you can look in the past and remember what happened without feeling those emotions, and that's called wisdom. So this is a place, I'm going to tell you this story from a place of wisdom. So in December, the end of November, actually, I got my first 2 buyer clients. A couple, they were ready to purchase a house. I met them at an open house, and we hit it off, and it was great. It went so fast, though. It was my first buyer clients. I didn't tell them that because I didn't have time to, because they didn't want to wait to go look at homes, and I wasn't able to give my full buyer's consultation presentation. Not their fault, my fault, because I am supposed to be in control of my business. And I've since made really strong boundaries on what I will allow with clients. Like, my process is this. If you don't want to do this, then you can go work with another realtor, because if this is going to protect me, meaning it's going to make sure I know that I've told you this information before and nothing's going to slip through the cracks. So we didn't do a full buyer's consultation. We did talk about some of the things that I thought were the most important. The one person in the couple, they had already purchased the home before, so I felt good about that. Like, he's already been through this experience. Well, anyways, we went toward homes, and that same day that they decided, okay, we want to put on the offer on this one. We want this one. And I was like, whoa, that was so fast. Like, I was thinking, we'd have like maybe 1 or 2 days or 3 days. Who knows? Sometimes with buyers, I've heard agents say they've toured 20 homes, with people, or like outrageous numbers. So I didn't know what to expect. We literally looked at 3 homes, and they were like, we're ready to put in an offer. So this is my first time submitting an offer. And while I know what to do, I still got to go through it. I have a checklist that they give us, and I go down each thing to make sure I'm doing it right. But it takes time, especially if you haven't done it. And in real estate, you're typically working alone unless you're with a team. So I didn't have anyone, telling me, okay, yeah, that's good, to help me speed up. So I was taking my time so that I didn't make an error, because this is someone else's money. Anyways, long story short, we did submit the offer. Their offer was not accepted. I will say this, offer acceptance usually has nothing to do with the agent, because I don't make the decision. A lot of people think, oh, you're telling me what to do. No, I'm not telling you what to do. No, my job as an agent, as a realtor, is to guide you. I give you all the information that you need to make a informed decision. I can tell you this is the range in which I think would be good to make an offer, but ultimately this is your decision. They didn't go with the number that I presented, which is fine. I'm okay with that now. And we had a discussion, I told them I didn't think it was a strong offer, but you never know unless you try. So we submitted the offer, didn't get accepted, countered, didn't get accepted. And, yeah, it's not a good feeling. For me, I was like, okay, well, I kind of thought it was a lowball offer just based off the numbers, but they were surprised. And, obviously that's not the outcome they wanted. So I'm their agent, I'm the realtor, and who are you going to blame? I'm not saying they blame me, but I'm saying we ain't working together no more. But that was a big lesson for me, because I was not it took a lot, because I was like, it wasn't my fault. Like, in my head, I was like, it's not my fault, like, this is part of the game of real estate, I guess you could say. Like, you just because you think the number is a good number doesn't mean that the seller thinks it's a good number. You have to really kind of meet in the middle. You gotta meet in the middle. You gotta, And at the time, the price was higher than what it is now. It dropped so much after that, like weeks after it went down. And I'll tell you in a second, but so it's an emotional thing, and I knew that going into this business, just because you're dealing with other people's money, their hearts are involved, they want this house, they really like it, they're sold on it, and then you're the one helping them and they didn't get it, and you're slow, because I was slow, and I have no regrets about that. You can't do it. When you're new at something, you're not going to be fast. You're not, I have to start somewhere. So I don't feel bad about my portion. I did the paperwork right. I gave them as much information as they possibly could have made. I even gave them a good number to offer. And the fun thing is after we stopped working together, we terminated our contract with each other, our agreement, not a contract, our agreement to work with each other. 2 weeks later, who calls me? The seller's agent. The seller's agent calls me. It's like, hey, my seller wants to know if your buyers are still interested. He said he could I think that he would be open to negotiating again, and would be, open to selling a home at such and such number, which was literally within the range of the values that I gave them originally. And I had a choice at that time. Do I say, I'm not working with them any longer, or do I knock on their door, give them a phone call, like, hey, not sure if you're working with another agent yet, but they did circle back around. Just want to let you know that they were willing to renegotiate, and she said that he would be willing to, sell at this number. That was my options, and I chose to not contact him. I don't know if that was the right choice, but I kind of felt like it was. I feel like if you fired me because you felt like I was inexperienced, then you're saying that I was the issue for y'all. So I mean, I can change in 2 weeks, kinda, but I mean, like, I'm not gonna suddenly sell 10 homes in 2 weeks and come back with all this experience in 2 weeks. So I decided not to circle back around. And I was surprised because even 2 weeks after that, I checked the price and it went down even lower. So I was like, wow. So did they not really want the home? Because if y'all let me go, y'all could have easily went to another agent and worked with another agent and hopped on that number because that number was now at the level that they wanted it. So, very interesting experience for my first buyer offer experience. I learned a lot in that little window, couple weeks of working with them. It was so fast, and that's the thing. He was used to speed, and he said I was too slow, and I was like, okay. Actually, I didn't say okay. I said a lot more, but I wasn't rude about it. I was really professional. Next time, or I hope there's not another next time, but the proper way is what I was decided that I got to get out. Like, if I got to get a job and do real estate part time, I've decided to do that. And in fact, during my journey, of learning, how is this going to work, how to make it work, I met other realtors who have full time jobs and they're selling homes and they're listing homes. And I'm like, really? You've been working full time and you never quit? They're like, no. I was under the assumption that you actually had to quit and go all in, and it's just not true. And so I was like, wow, I feel kind of, I don't want to say stupid, but I'm like, wow, now I know that it is possible. Because the research I've done, I didn't know a lot of realtors before I got into real estate. I just was researching stuff online, and the things that you hear from other realtors when you do talk to them, they don't tell you a lot. They're all very vague, most of them, unless you're really good friends with them. But it's like, yeah, it's a lot of work. I just kept hearing from people who I know that were realtors, just make sure you have, 6 months, at least 6 months worth of savings saved up. That's the biggest thing I've heard from other realtors before I got into real estate. And so I made sure I had that. And, yeah, once I learned that, I was like, maybe I should just go back to work, even if it's just part-time. I just need to have that money flowing, because it's very difficult to work from a place of scarcity when you have that scarcity mindset and you're feeling like, oh, ooh, I need to make money fast. When you have that pressure on you, it makes it harder for me, at least, because I don't like to work in survival mode. I like to work from my overflow. I like to work from my extra, so that my relationship with my clients are not pressured. My energy is centered and balanced, and I'm not feeling shaky, because I have to be centered and solid for them, so I can help balance out their emotions, because they're the ones about to spend the money, so they're a little bit more shaky. You know what I mean? So I have to stay steady. So yeah, I am in the process of, getting other sources of income, another source of income, so that I can do real estate on the side. And it took me a year to go through that, to learn that. But I learned so much in a year, guys. I feel so much more confident, and I have systems in place, and I'm consistent. I built amazing habits in 2022. The habits I built in 2022 are clutch, and I'm building on those habits. Once I in my routine and it's working like clockwork, I add a new habit in. So right now, I had fallen off of my intermittent fasting. That's something I did when I, had my old job and lived in my nice luxury apartment. Oh, how great. I used to intermittent fast. And so I find naturally, I think that it's like I'm bringing back my old self, kind of. I went into this identity. This identity did not turn out to be good. And so now I'm readjusting. So I'm kind of going back to my old self, but I'm implementing some of the new stuff that I brought with me, or that I learned while I was in this state. Not everything was bad. I learned some great habits that I'm going to take with me to my next level. But my next level does possibly involve getting back into the workforce. And I'm okay with that. I feel confident that I'm going to be able to be happy there now, because happiness starts within. And you take yourself everywhere you go, right? So if you're not good within, everywhere you go, you're not going to be good. And I think it's funny because a lot of people, they get tired of living in a city or a state and they want to travel, and they say because it's got boring or they don't like the city no more. No, it's something inside of them, because there are levels and levels, oceans of depth inside of you. You should never be bored. The outside world should never dictate what you do and what's going on inside of you. Your insides dictate what's going on outside. The outside world is a projection of what is going on inside of you. And when people learn that, life will be so much easier for them. Whatever is going on, everything that you see, everything that I see, it's an illusion. It's totally an illusion, and it's a projection of what's going on in my inner world. So whenever, for instance, if you're in a bad mood, guess what? Bad things tend to happen to you all day, right? You stump your toe, you were late to work, your boss yelled at you, and it just compounds in you. You're just having a bad day because you held on to those emotions. Like you let it touch you. So for instance, like sometimes I'm driving around someone who's just not, a good driver, and I can let it make me mad, or I can be like, and let it go. I have the power to decide what affects my mood. And there's going to be things that come into your life, like my cousin coming into my life. That was a big test for me. That was a huge test. It showed me exactly where I needed to toughen up inside, where I needed to create firmer boundaries, where I needed to let go. Because nothing in the outside world should be able to trigger you. What triggers you controls you. So once you control your emotions, your inner world, nothing outside can touch you. No matter, I don't care if there's a racist coming up and they're talking crap to you, to your face, your ex is blowing up your phone, trying to get on your nerve. Like, things are going to happen on the outside, but it's your decision whether or not you allow them to affect you on the inside. And if you allow them to affect you on the inside, then yes, things are going to get ugly. But if you don't, you have this force field around you, can't touch this, MC Hammer style, you good, you golden. You're going to be really set. So quantum jumps for me this year. And another thing I learned last month, I learned that quantum actually means like miniature, little, the smallest bit. From my idea of quantum was this huge leap. Like, it means like going from one reality to the next, in an instant. That's what I thought a quantum jump was. But no, quantum actually means the small amount. So people think you got to do the big things. No, it's the little things. It's the little things. There's a book that I started reading called Atomic Habits by James Clear. I didn't get to finish it because I checked it out from the library, and I have so many books. Oh, my God. I had too many books I was trying to read at one time, and I wasn't getting through that one fast enough, so I had to turn it in because it was like they had a lot of people who had that book on hold. So I'm going to have to check it out again to finish it. But in that book, it talks about making little choices and decisions every day, and they compound over time. And then you have this new life or this new, like, just manifestation or whatever because you stuck with those little habits. So that's what I've been doing, just incrementally. Once I got something done and I'm doing it really well, I'll change something else. So I started intermittent fasting again, which is something I used to do. And that lets me know that I'm aligning back with my old identity. The old Sakina who was making a good amount of money every single month consistently. And this had just naturally happened. I didn't think, okay, so I want to go back to the old Sakina. I didn't even think that. Something in me I woke up one day, I was like, you know what? I woke up and I was like, man, I feel like I should really have one of my alkalinizing key lime water, like hot water. So one thing I learned is first thing in the morning before you eat, you can help alkalinize your body. Not necessarily your stomach. It's not necessarily for your stomach, but it's your body, your cells, everything flowing in your body, alkalinizing your body by drinking key lime juice in warm water. first thing on an empty stomach. And I used to do that like clockwork every single morning in my previous life. In my previous life, I used to do that. And I was intermittent fasting at one point too. And that means that I didn't eat until noon, which I could finally eat. It's 12:19. Yes. I didn't eat anything till noon. I would drink stuff. Like I have decaf coffee, and I'll have my lime water, my key lime water, and then I'll wait until noon to actually have a meal. And I've started that, and I'm on day, oh my God, I'm like running in circles with you guys. Because I started on this story, and then I got distracted, and now I'm back. But this planner that I was telling you guys about that I got on Amazon, I liked it. And I chose this planner because of this. That had the goals section. I don't want y'all looking at all my goals, but it has a goals section where you put the goals down on one side, and then on the other side it has action steps, and you can put the start date. I don't do that because I guess I did put the start date. I don't know how. I think the finish date, like the date that it was actually accomplished or manifested, that's what's most important. But yeah, I have this, and I have 2 pages worth for 2023, and I hope that. The goals are small goals, but I think so far, this is a lot. This is a lot to accomplish already. I don't know if I'll end up getting over here, but if I do, it'll be small, little things, probably. We'll see. Then on the next page, after you get past 2024's goals, there's a habit tracker, and I love this. This is like so cool. So there's a habit tracker, and I've been tracking the habits that I've put. I started off with one habit, and then I started adding habits. So I've been doing my silver meditation. So I've always meditated for years. I've been meditating for years consistently, and it just changed my life. Meditation changed my life. But I wanted to try something new. I heard Spirit tell me silver method meditation. I was like, okay, let me do that, even though I'd never done it before. I'd heard of it in the past, but I never implemented it. But Spirit told me as an answer to my question, silver method meditation. So I started doing it. So now I've been doing it. I'm on day 16, doing it 30 days straight. And then afterward, I'll probably go back to my normal meditation. Sometimes I'll do Joe Dispenza's meditations as well. Work out for 3 days per week. I've fallen off. Like in the wintertime, I always fall off, but I'm usually really good about working out. And 3 days is my minimum. But this time I was like, it's wintertime. It doesn't matter. A workout could be a walk in the park. So I usually walk like 2 days a week. Then I'll do like a day of strength training just to keep my muscles alive and moving. One thing about that though is if you want more energy, like if you want to generate more money, generate more mitochondria. Your mitochondria, they are these little batteries. I call them batteries. They're the batteries of the cell. Every cell in your body has mitochondria in it. The amount of mitochondria that your cells have is related to how much energy your body can generate. So people who work out, who have a lot of muscle, they have a lot of mitochondria. And you would think, isn't that what fat is? Fat is energy that's stored in a way that your body has to use energy to burn it in order to get energy out of it. Your body has to basically eat itself. And there's a lot of more chemical processes when it comes to burning energy from fat. Now with mitochondria are batteries. They hold power. And the more muscle mass that you have, the more mitochondria your cells create. So your cells will create mitochondria once you start building muscle mass. If you don't believe me, go research it. I learned that in nutrition. I have a degree in nutrition, so I did learn that in biology, or one of my classes that I took. I learned that, and I thought that was really that stuck with me. I've always remembered that because I thought it was fascinating. So I was like, so if I want more energy, I just need to work out and build more mitochondria. That's why they say, if you want to, work out, if you want to become a person who works out, you got to work out. You got to generate that energy. So I'm generating that energy, or I want to maintain the mitochondria that I have, and I do strength training, lifting weights because it's important. And so I'm going to start that habit 3 days a week. No candy. Cutting out sugar is one of my biggest things. Like I do like sugar, and sugar is very acidic, and sugar is like what? Let's go. Oh, these people is acting fool up in this Walmart drop parking lot, y'all. Sugar is really bad. It's really, really bad. And our diets, American diets, are so laden with sugar, unnecessary sugar. It's everywhere. It's like almost impossible to get away from. Like, it's really that hard. I have to say this. America is like, it is the most challenging place to live a healthy, balanced life. You know, people are breaking their necks to come here because they see it as a place of opportunity, but I see it as like this obstacle course to even just live a basic, healthy life. Like, isn't that bizarre? Like, you have to read the labels of the food that's in the supermarkets just to make sure it's healthy and doesn't have all the bad chemicals and extra sugar and all of this and the chemicals and all of the, like, formulas and the products that we use. And we use cars more than we walk to places. Like, it's just the way our society and systems are designed. It's hard to just live a basic, like, I feel like health is a basic right, necessity. You know, health is wealth. True wealth is healthy. Because if you have ever been sick, it is terrible. You know, when you don't feel good, when you don't feel healthy, when you're sick, it don't matter how much money you have in the world. It's not going to heal you. It's not going to make you feel better, you know? So health is true wealth. I do believe in, like, wealth as far as monetarily as well, but, like, you have to take care of your body first. So no candy. And I started my intermittent fasting, meaning I'm going to start eating at 12, and I'll probably just stop around 7 or 8. I'll figure that out later. But yeah, I didn't expect to tell you guys all of this, but I'm glad that I did. It's like a journal, like a diary. I'm not going to tell y'all all my business in my diary, but this is a really cool way for me to share what's really going on, what I really spend my time thinking about, so much that, like, I don't have time to, I literally have so much going on inside of me, in my head, that I'm excited about and passionate about, that I don't have time to write a blog post about it, or make like a really perfect edited video. It's a lot. It's so much. Maybe I'll get to a point where I'll be able to afford to outsource that to someone at some point. Well, I will get to that point, and maybe I'll do it if I decide that's what I want to go, the route that I want to go in. But there's so much I've been up to, but I just wanted to talk to y'all. What is he doing? He just sprayed something in the air. I better not get in my car. I want to talk to y'all, give y'all an update. Check out MBS Creates if you are an influencer, entrepreneur, business owner who would like more tips on how to market your brand, build a strong brand identity. It's so much good information. It's 10 plus years worth of information from me being an influencer, a successful paid influencer at that. And all the stuff that I learned as an influencer by trial and error, I'm basically sharing it with the world and giving y'all all the game and the secrets on what's going to make you successful. Influencer work is here to stay. Influence has always been work. It's just not been a term that we've used so commonly, but there's always been influencers, socializer, influencer. You know, I've always considered myself a socialite. In fact, I'm going to link a video below that it's going to show y'all the story of how I even became an influencer, my journey. I'm linking below because it's actually really, really cool. I still run into some of these people out and about in the city when I go to events. And it's crazy to see, like, how we've evolved and changed and what paths people took and all of that. But, like, it's also inspiring because I'm just like, wow, like, you know, I started with them back in the day. She probably don't even remember me, but I used to run in that crowd. And now she's doing this. Like, that's inspiring to me. So, yeah, I'm going to share that video down below. It's about my journey to becoming an influencer. I think you guys will really enjoy that. It takes it all the way back to when I used to work at the Hyatt Hotel as a cocktail waitress, and I was starting, you know, trying to become a writer, a journalist. It's been a journey, guys, and I'm very blessed because I can see how it's all come together, and it's not over. It's just changing, but I see how all the pieces come together, and it's just wild. But yeah, I have it documented, and I'm going to share that with you guys. But I think that's it. I don't know how often I'm going to do these live videos. I'm just going to do them, and if you guys like them, be sure to give me a like so I'll know if you like anything I talked about in this video, let me know exactly what it was that you liked in the video so that I can make more videos around that topic. Hopefully you like my spirituality stuff because that's my favorite stuff to get into. I do want to do a video, and I'm going to do it soon because I have all these books, and I'm going to be sharing the books with you that I'm currently reading. So I'll probably get on here pretty soon, and I'll do a video where I share with you the books that I've read back in 2022 and the books that are on my list for 2023, and we can talk about it. If you got books that you think I would like, be sure to drop them down in the comment because I love reading good books. That's how you level up fast. You got to take in more information. You got to reprogram this. It's not a CPU. It's a, look at me. You got to reprogram the hardware. Your brain is a computer, literally. You gotta put programs into it for the life that you want. Turn off the TV. Get off your phone. Don't be scrolling on that Instagram and that TikTok. Stay on YouTube. YouTube is great. There's so much information and content out there, man. But books too. Books are great. The tactileness of the paper helps you retain more. That's for a whole nother topic. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I like this. I like it. I hope that you guys like it. Maybe this is part of my next level. I feel like I'm being more real. Like in this avenue. I don't know. That's not the word that I wanted to use. But in this form of talking to you guys, in this form of video content, I feel like I'm able to be more real. Unscripted, unfiltered, just really giving it to you as it comes to me and comes through me. It's a great channel. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope that I see a lot of comments down below and a lot of thumbs up letting me know that this is the way to go. And if not, I'll still probably do it occasionally because I am enjoying it. And I'll see you guys soon. I'm going to see you guys very, very soon. Y'all stay blessed and be impeccable with your word. Bye.